Welcome back, viewers. Today I'm going to try to do some quick readings and political readings on the races for midterms. I may revisit a few. The energy certainly feels as if it's beginning to change and shift, and privately, things I haven't posted, I've been doing some readings, revisiting candidates, and definitely can feel energy shifting around some of these candidates. So I have my Republican cat here and my Democratic cat here, are a little blue and red. And I'm going to start first by looking at Ted Cruz and Beto O'Rourke. Ted Cruz and Beto O'Rourke. I'm asking my guides and angels to keep me neutral. As anyone who's watched any of my videos can probably tell, I do have some biases, and I just ask my guides and angels. I also keep Tiger Eye here, helps ground me a lot. Darker stones tend to help ground energy, so I try to keep the Tiger Eye around. Hopefully you can see these. I'm shifting the cards up a little to make room. I'm getting some of the same cards I've gotten before for Beto, fighting and battling. Death card change, definitely a shift in the energy. Hopes and wishes can be illusions and delusions, but hopes and wishes I'm feeling here. Ted Cruz in the past, King of Cups, was loved by many Texans in the past. In the present, moving on to calmer waters. In future, Ace of Wands, new beginnings. New beginnings because he's elected, or does Beto get his wish? Wow, this is a close one, guys. Beta's still charging forward, fighting the fight. Ace of Cups for Ted Cruz can be abundance, but can also be emotions overflowing around him. Wow, not a clear winner here. Before I got Ted Cruz pretty clearly. I think now it's a pretty good toss-up, so please get out and vote. Let's take a look at, I wanted to look at Stacey Abrams running for governor in Georgia again with Brian Kemp. In the past, I'd gotten that Brian would win, all the voter suppression. I was even getting that he wasn't really going to get in trouble for all the voter suppression games he's been playing. Since then, there have been some legal wins. The protesting has helped, and I believe it was in Gwinnett County, which is on the outskirts of Atlanta, that the judges halted this exact match voter suppression ploy that was being used and are allowing votes. The problem is some of the votes had already been thrown out and people weren't even notified, so a lot of people don't even know their votes were thrown out. So let's take a look at Stacy and Brian and see if she's gaining momentum. I love the buses that have been going around out in the rural areas helping get the voters to the polling places, and even at one point at one senior center, they were called and told not to allow people onto the buses, and Stacy Kemp went there in person and said, yeah, your vote matters, get on the bus. So let's take a look at Stacy and Brian Kemp. Again, not a clear winner for Stacy, the nostalgia card in the past. In the present, temperance. Yeah, having to temper the voter suppression mainly, and integration. Integration, a big issue in Georgia. Final outcome, Page of Wands. You know, she's not a novice to this. She knows these games that have been going on for years and years and decades in Georgia, and you know, this is a card that shows up for me a lot of times for students, and she knows, she's been schooled, she knows how to fight this. Also about new beginnings. Yeah, and more news coming forward on this voter suppression. Brian Kemp, the bonding card, deals made, charging forward almost blindly. And final card, the Seven of Pentacles, waiting for his harvest. So let's pull another card for Stacy. Wow, same card that came forward for Beto O'Rourke, charging forward with their plans. She's certainly been traveling around a lot. For Brian Kemp, the star card, yeah, hoping. I'm going to pull one more. Yeah, it's not really clear. Stacy and what she's offering, coming from a loving place, caring for her constituents. Brian Kemp, King of Wands. I think this is going to be close. Well, I'm almost feeling like more news, more information's coming forward. I'm almost actually feeling this is a investigation. Wow, I have a feeling this won't even be called on election night. That, there's going to be recounts, there's going to be investigations into what votes are allowed in. We have Brian sitting here. Is it enough? Is it enough? Is it enough? Hoping it's enough, but I feel like there's going to be investigations. Brian may win on that night, but I think it's going to be investigated later in more detail. And, if you look at the, excuse me, previous reading I did on this, it was even showing Brian wasn't even going to get in trouble for this, that, he'll, bottom of the deck was the Ten of Cups, happy home, celebration. Wow, I think Stacy might actually, a lot of times this card comes up as the Republican card for me in readings, but I'm almost feeling like celebration and people turning their backs a little bit on the Republicans, and it may be close, but I think it's going to take a while after election night to find out who truly won. Again, I know there's lawsuits and things pending with Brian, but I don't see him serving jail time or anything. I don't see him getting in any major trouble, that he's going to get away with it. I'm just flipping to my notes to see who else we want to look at today. Let's look at Nevada, Dean Heller and Jackie Rosen. Dean Heller, the Republican, Jackie Rosen, the Democrat. Let's pull for Jackie Rosen first. Wow. Stacy or Jackie has some very, very strong cards. The Chariot, moving swiftly. Yeah, I think she's traveling around a lot campaigning also. The Chariot comes up for me a lot when people are traveling. In the present, the Judgment card, people judging. In the Wheel of Fortune, it's time for change. The wheel's turning. Dean Heller is the incumbent. In Dean Heller, we have the Fool trying to go for a rebirth and new beginnings, but this is also a card that comes up a lot for Trump. So, the ties of the Republican Party to Trump. Moving forward, he's trying to move forward to calmer waters. Or is he moving away? He's trying to stay on higher ground. He's trying to overcome the obstacles. But I've got to say, with the Wheel of Fortune here for Jackie, let's lay one clarifier for each. For Jackie, yeah, Jackie gets the King of Wands, time for change. Bringing in fairness and open, honest, someone with plans for growth and opportunities. And Dean is moving on with his burdens. I'm going to call that for Jackie, actually. That looks very good for her. I mean, she's got all major arcana here. Let's look at Florida. Governor Rick Scott, the very rich Republican, running against Bill Nelson. I haven't heard a lot about this race. Rick Scott spending a lot of money on this. 4-1 over Nelson is what I was reading online. But I haven't heard much about this. Yeah, Rick Scott was the governor when the shooting happened at the school there, Parkland school shooting. Rick Scott and Bill Nelson. Interesting full card on the bottom. Let's see, Bill Nelson first. Rick Scott. Wow, final card, 2 knights. We have for Bill Nelson, King of Cups. Someone who's trying to do what's best for all people, not just some. Getting out and bonding with the voters. Could be some agreements made, with the voters that he'll help protect health care. Knight of Cups. What he's offering coming from a place of love, caring for the people. Rick Scott, in the past, the card of mourning, regrets, mourning, the hermit, he's gone within. But the final card, Knight of Swords, charging forward almost blindly. Interesting. I do feel like with Bill Nelson, what he's offering the people is taking care of the people that are impoverished or struggling financially. That's what he's offering them. With Rick Scott, we've got, the Knight of Sword and then the King of Sword coming in. I don't know if he's got legal problems going on, but this would kind of suggest that maybe he's withdrawing because there's some legal problems. Normally if I saw a king over, the Six of Pentacles, I would say he's going to win. Again, it could be it's legally disputed after the election is over. Yeah, I don't know, maybe voter hacking. I can't really call this one. I'm going to leave it at that, but I'm feeling like legal issues around this, that maybe something will come out about voter hacking and voter suppression or something. Rick Scott has been spending a lot of his own money. He's very wealthy, although I'm sure he also gets donations from the Republican Party. I don't sense that there's anything unseemly about where his money's coming from for the election, but I do feel like there's something going on with the election that's going to cause legal issues. Let's look at Arizona. Martha McSally versus, is it Kirsten Sinema or Kristen Sinema? I can never remember. Kirsten, I believe it is. It's Martha McSally versus Sinema. Replacing Jeff Flake's seat. So Kirsten Sinema. And McSally. Kirsten Sinema, she's wishing, how much is illusion is yet to be seen, but she's wishing, protecting her own, Nine of Wands, and charging forward, Knight of Swords, charging into battle. McSally, King of Pentacles, there may actually be some dark money behind her. There's definitely money behind her, but could be some dark money. Temperance card. I think integration may be a big issue for her. If she's a big supporter of the wall, and people want to see more integration, that may be a obstacle for her. And then the Hermit. Withdrawing, going within. I'll leave one more for Sinema. Yeah, Sinema gets the victory wreath. McSally is still waiting for her ship to come in. I'm going to call that for Sinema in Arizona. I'm going to stop there for now so this video doesn't get too long. Maybe do another one today. on some of the other races, especially the close ones, but I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please click the like button and subscribe if you'd like to see future videos. Thanks for watching.